Hello, welcome to another week of office hours. Don't have a lot to talk about. Just got back last night from a trip to Indiana to see family, and so been gone for about a week. Um, and so just trying to get caught up on things. Um, I will be starting to get out and go door to door. Um, Probably the second week of September. I'll be hitting up my neighborhood in the next couple of weeks just to get out here close to my home base. But doing something more broadly the second week of September, um, after more people are back, school started. I'll be back from a week long marketing conference in Boston, and I think that's a good time to just kind of get that started ahead of everything. Um, Also, um, we'll be scheduling an August event. Not sure of the location yet. We're going to do it at Zephyr Lodge, but that's off the table now. And so I know I want to do one at Trailbreaker in September. But August is still up in the air. So stay tuned for that. I'll be putting that together probably this week, start to nail that down. And so in next week's newsletter, I will have hopefully more details on where that'll be and what time. Um, as far as just kind of some updates on things, um, while I was gone, I was able to connect with Joe Frank from Greenstone, and he and I are going to meet sometime in the next week. I was planning on reaching out to him, and he ended up reaching out to me before I could do the same, and so that was good. And really want to just learn a little bit more about their plans, their vision, kind of how things work from their perspective. Just so I can start to get a more well-rounded information and background on things. And so I've spoken with many of you about your concerns, um, and want to kind of get his take on things so I can start to pull it all together. Because what I found recently is that um, the growth here is complicated. I don't think it's as simple as a lot of us, and myself included, thought it was going in. There's things at the state level that add to the complexity. And yeah, I mean, it's just how do you balance a growing community with the needed growth and also protecting the quality of life and kind of protecting the way things are. Um, and speaking of my trip back to Indiana, um, my family all lives. I grew up in Shelby County, which is southeast of Indianapolis, and now most of my family lives in either Marion County, where Indianapolis is, or in Hamilton County, which is on the northeast side of Indianapolis. And Hamilton County has been among the fastest growing counties in the country for quite a while. I remember, so where my brother lives, where my niece is now a freshman in high school, um, is an area where um, I used to play against this high school. It was Hamilton Southeastern High School. Um, Played against them in sports. We were in the same conference. I don't know how or why, because it was a 45-minute drive to any of the schools up there. We were the furthest one away. But the schools, from a sports perspective, I think it's similar here in Washington, but in Indiana, it was 1A through 5A, and 5 was the biggest school. biggest schools in the state. 1A, the smallest. I went to a 2A school, pretty small. We had graduating class of 100 people, and I actually was just back for our class reunion, and we had about 20 people. So pretty good turnout, given we only had 100 to start with. Hamilton Southeastern was 3A when I was in high school. That area has grown so fast, so much, that Hamilton Southeastern High School grew to a 5A, and they had so many kids that they had to split into two schools. So there's Hamilton Southeastern, and now there's Fishers High School, which is a brand new high school, also 5A. So that is incredible growth, population wise, infrastructure wise. And so I've witnessed that over the years. I haven't been there since '98, but my family has been, and I've seen it. And so I can see what happens when you have very rapid growth. I mean, there's good things that have come out of it, quality of life wise, but there's also bad things. And I didn't live there, but I would love to talk to somebody who was there back when it was smaller, and just kind of get their take on things. And I mean, obviously my family moved there. A lot of friends and people from high school and college moved there when they weren't originally from that area. So kind of feels in a way like Liberty Lake and Spokane as a whole, just on a larger scale, much larger than Liberty Lake. But the whole point of that is that I just happened to be there last week, and it has undergone some tremendous growth, and something to put in perspective, and something to learn from. So anyway, all of that to say that I will be meeting with Joe Frank soon, to just get a little bit more of his perspective on things, and vision, and some more background, so I can form my own, not opinions, but just understanding of everything and how it all works. So that's going to be happening. Had a lot of help lately in getting signs out. So you should start seeing signs popping up outside of neighborhoods. For the early part, I was focused mostly on getting signs to people here locally to put up in their yards. If anyone who's watching this or live here wants a sign, wants a T-shirt, got lots of T-shirts, stickers, things like that, let me know. Plenty of signs to hand out, but you should start to see more in public spaces, and going to be working on that. And I'm hoping, with being able to sit down with Joe Frank, that I'll be able to put some signs on some of their property where my opponent and some of the other people who align with him put their signs after the recent primaries. So want to make sure that I can get my signs there, and hopefully they'll be out there soon. And anyone who wants to volunteer to help with the canvassing, I know I'm not looking forward to that, and I know it's not a fun thing to do, especially as an introvert. But if there is anyone who does enjoy going door to door, talking to people, and would like to volunteer and help out with canvassing, let me know. You can go to my website, travislscott.com, and there's a form that you can fill out and check volunteer as one of the options. And then I'll know who all wants to volunteer. I have some people already, so grateful for that, and their help will be very appreciated when that time comes. But I mean, for the most part, not a lot to talk about. If anyone on live, there's a couple people I see who are here in the live stream. If you have questions or a topic you would like me to cover, please just enter those in the comments section, and I'll answer them or talk to that topic. But yeah, having been out for a week, been gone for a week, just trying to get back into the flow of things and settle back in to Liberty Lake and everything that's going on right now. So, so any questions from anyone out there? I know there's two. I can never see who they are. I know the two people are from on Facebook Live versus YouTube, which I'm also streaming to right now as well. For people who aren't on Facebook, they can go to my YouTube channel and get the recordings of these or join the live. So yeah, if there are no questions, are no topics that you'd like me to talk about, I'm going to end it a little early. If you do have questions, anybody watching the recording, just go to Facebook, drop the questions in my Facebook Messenger. For my campaign, go to my website. There's a chat bot. You can talk to that. It is a bot. Sometimes it's me. There's a form you can fill out, ask your question, or let me know what topic you want to talk about. Request signs, things like that. So a lot of ways to contact me. You can email me, travis@travislscott.com. Lots of ways to reach me and submit questions or topics you'd like me to talk about. But yeah, again, something I mentioned at the top of the conversation before people had joined is that going to hopefully put nail down the specifics on an August event to try to get some people together, meet some people, and kind of a more event style environment, which is what I like more. And so stay tuned for that. If you haven't signed up for my email updates that I now go out on Monday, people are more engaged with them on Mondays. Stay tuned to that. I will be putting details about that in one of those upcoming emails. So thanks to those of you who joined me, and thank you for those of you who have listened. Not a lot this week, but yeah, let me know what you'd like me to talk about next week at 4:00 Pacific. And also let me know if there's a better time. If you'd like me to do this at a different day, different time. There are some days that I have T-ball practice and things like that. So I'd have to work around that, but also flexible. So this is usually the end of my day, and but also pretty flexible. So let me know if there are times that you'd rather me do this, so that I can get more people, make it more engaging. I'd love to have people ask me questions in the comments. That's kind of the benefit of being live and doing this kind of AMA thing. Ask me anything. That's what AMA is, if you're not familiar with that, and need people on here to ask me anything. So until next time, have a great rest of your week. Talk to you next Tuesday.